Hello, this is Paul Nelson with Western Sport Floors, Wyoming Wood Floors, coming to you today from Missoula, Montana. We're talking the Eclipse floor system. This is a Robbins Sport Surfaces product called the Eclipse floor system. There's two different kinds, two different variants of this Eclipse system. I have a piece from a installation that we recently did, and it shows the recycled rubber pads. Now this happens to be just the standard Eclipse system. This also comes as a system called an Eclipse SB, and the SB stands for self-blocking. And on the SB system, what they do is they router out a channel that's in the neighborhood of about half the depth of that pad. So that pad sits in the channel, and what that allows the floor system to do is if there is a large bank of bleachers or a heavy basketball, portable basketball goal, they can be moved across that floor, and that floor can actually collapse and it will self-block and not do damage to the floor system. Maybe we can pan down to the floor itself. I have a couple of the actual panels that we install for the Eclipse system. The installation instructions call for the butt joints to be approximately 2 feet apart, and so this would be similar as to how this would be a similar representation as to how this floor is actually installed. Each panel has 2 areas on it where it can be anchored, 2 anchor points. However, this system can be used both floating or anchored. This system passes the EN testing, the pure testing, and the DIN standard. It will pass those tests, it says Robbins, either as an anchored system or a floating system. I just want to point out that, and if we can pan back down on this floor system, that this floor basically has a plywood backer behind the maple, with the exception of the 4-inch spacing over the anchor points. But that gives a lot of stability for that maple when the plywood is backing the maple. A couple of points to point out about the Eclipse system. The pad is a post-consumer recycled rubber pad. What we call the slab depression, the total height of the system is 2 1/8 inch. We have put in quite a number of these floors. I like it personally. It performs really well. I've gotten excellent feedback from customers after we've put this floor in. It has great ball bounce. It has good, part of when we talk about the testing, the DIN, the EN, and the pure, that has to do with the deflection or the bounce of this floor. So when that big heavy athlete comes down in that floor system, his body, his hips, knees, and ankle, or hers, doesn't have to take all the shock like it would if you were doing a jump on concrete. That floor system has some give to it. And that's what, when we talk about these performance testing standards, that's what we're talking about. Well, there's more than just that, because it also has to do with ball bounce and some other things. But it's the ability of that floor to allow a little give on behalf of the athlete. I hope that's been helpful. As I said, personally, I really like this floor system. I've had really positive feedback with it. So hope that's been helpful as to exactly what an Eclipse floor system is. If you had any further questions, we would be delighted to answer those questions. We can be contacted, of course, at westernsportfloors.com or here at our office at area code 406-549-1900 for Western Sport Floors, Wyoming Wood Floors. This is Paul Nelson coming to you from Missoula, Montana. You make it a great day.